So in this video, we're comparing the new affordable tablet by Lenovo, the Tab M10 Plus, 3rd generation, versus one of the most popular affordable tablets out there by Amazon that costs just a little bit more, the Fire HD 10 Plus. Keep in mind there's also a regular version of the Fire HD 10. There's really not much of a price difference though, so I would go with the Plus version over the regular to get those extra features and the extra RAM. Price of the Fire HD 10 Plus starts at $180 and the Tab M10 Plus starts at $189, and then it goes up to $230 for the Fire HD 10 Plus. You get 4 GB of RAM, 32 or 64 GB of storage. You can also expand the storage with a micro SD card up to 1 TB. There's also versions without the lock screen ads. That's going to cost a little bit more as well. You get 3 GB of RAM, 32 GB of storage, then you've got 64 or 128 GB of storage with 4 GB of RAM for the Tab M10 Plus. So fairly similar options here. You just get a little bit more storage with the Tab M10 Plus. You get a 10.1 inch 1080p resolution display on the Fire HD 10, a 10.6 inch 2000 by 1200 resolution for the Tab M10 Plus. Nice thing is you can watch YouTube videos up to 2160p resolution on both tablets. It's not going to be the official YouTube app for the Fire tablet, so to me that's a little bit weird to have to go through the web version, but overall the screen quality looks pretty good on both tablets. You also get full HD playback on Netflix for both tablets as well. The one thing I did notice on the Tab M10 Plus, it appears to be a tad brighter and has slightly better viewing angles, but when you put them right next to each other, they're actually pretty comparable as far as screen quality goes. Both are good in my opinion, especially for the price. Whether you're streaming movies, watching YouTube videos, playing games, or just browsing online, you really can't go wrong with either one. Nice thing is you get pretty decent battery life on these, about 9 hours battery life on the Fire HD 10 Plus during my battery drain test, only about 7 hours though on the Tab M10 Plus in that same test. Now keep in mind, this is at 100% screen brightness, so you'll easily be able to get through a full day of normal use on either tablet, probably 2 days if you turn the screen brightness down. Software wise, these two tablets are going to look drastically different since the Fire HD 10 is a heavily skinned version of Android, where Lenovo is going to be closer to stock Android. Both will still function in a fairly similar way. You've got the notification shade there on the top. The way the apps are laid out are going to be a little bit different. On the Lenovo tablet, you swipe left to the home screen, you're going to get the entertainment space. On the Fire HD 10, you've got a section for shows, recent apps, books to read, movies, shows to watch, along with other suggested content, which is sort of similar on the Lenovo tablet where you have the entertainment space, which is going to have shortcuts to several different types of media as well. Using a keyboard with split screen is now available on the Fire HD 10. You can also do the same thing with the Tab M10 Plus, but just keep in mind, these aren't going to be the most powerful tablets out there. They should be fine though for getting most basic things done. So software wise might be one of the biggest deciding factors between these two. I sort of like things about both, but probably give the slight advantage to the Tab M10 Plus, mainly because it's the full Android software, where on the Fire HD 10, it feels like you're a little bit more limited on what you can access, and you sort of have to use the web versions of a lot of popular apps that just don't work as good as having the native app in my opinion. And then performance wise, you get a very similar experience with both tablets. You get a MediaTek G80 processor on the Tab M10 Plus, MediaTek 8183 processor on the Fire HD 10. So depending on which version you get, there are going to be some variables as far as which one's more powerful. They both feel fairly smooth for more affordable tablets anyways when it comes to gaming, but they still perform pretty decent in my opinion. Sure, the graphics aren't going to look as good as on more expensive tablets, and games might take a little bit longer to load. I feel like the Tab M10 Plus is going to have the slight advantage, mainly because you can access more games than on the Fire HD 10 right out of the box. No hacking needed. Good thing is they've continued to add some of the more popular games on this newer version of the Fire HD 10. So as long as the games you like to play are on the Fire HD 10, I think most people will enjoy gaming on either. Nice thing is you get a headphone jack on both tablets. You only get wireless charging on the Fire HD10 Plus though. You don't get that on the regular Fire HD10 or the Tab M10 Plus. And then when it comes to speakers on these two, the Tab M10 Plus is going to have the advantage here. It's got a quad speaker setup with Dolby Atmos, where you only get 2 speakers on one side for the Fire HD10. Here's a quick sample of each just to see what you think. Then when it comes to the cameras, these are not going to be my first pick if I've got to do a Zoom meeting or other type of video conference call. You get a 5 megapixel rear facing, 2 megapixel front facing on the Fire HD10, and then 8 megapixel for the rear and 8 megapixel for the front on the Tab M10 Plus. You also get 1080p resolution for video recording for both tablets, but it's only going to be on the rear cameras for both, only 720p for front facing. Here's a few samples of photos and video just to give you an idea of what to expect. Both tablets are going to struggle with low light situations, so you'll want to have good lighting regardless of which tablet you use. And just keep in mind, pretty much any current cell phone is going to have better results than these two tablets when it comes to camera quality. Even budget phones around the same cost of the Fire HD10 are going to have better results. So hopefully this video gave you a little closer look at these two affordable tablets if you're trying to decide between the two. And hopefully I'll have a couple more comparisons for the Tab M10 Plus later this week, so you'll definitely want to look out for those. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.